would you believe me if I said we hadn't actually reviewed all of Betsy's drops in Terraria yet? Well, you're gonna have to, because somehow there is one beast of a magic weapon we haven't touched, despite its insane damage output and unique functionality. Of course, I'm talking about the Betsy's Wrath. Now, with this being such a late game Old One's Army drop, there seems to be quite a split on its reputation, so the question is, should you go out of your way for such weapon, or just stick to what you already know works? Before we jump into it though, if you enjoy these weapon reviews, don't forget to drop a like and sub, as it truly helps out. Okay then, let's see how you get it. As mentioned, the Betsy's Wrath is obviously an Old One's Army's drop, meaning after you've defeated Golem, you're going to want to head straight to your tavern keep and purchase an Eternia crystal, crystal stand, and any tier 3 trap you think you may need. Right, as always, when it comes to your arena, you're going to want to make sure it's a minimum of 61 tiles wide in both directions, which while you can just go with, is not recommended, so make sure you bump it out a bit more to suit your needs. Okay, once you've activated your crystal, we can begin. And honestly, at this progression point there are so many fantastic mage weapons you can use, with simply just the Shadow Beam Staff and Rainbow Gun combo offering plenty of offense on ground enemies. The only thing I would say is, make sure you've got a single target weapon like the Bat Scepter in your pocket ready, as you'll definitely need a burst of DPS against those mini bosses. And speaking of bosses, be ready for Betsy on Wave 7, which once again, with just a boss killing weapon like the Bat Scepter, should be relatively easy to defeat quickly. And just like that, we've completed the event. Unfortunately though, this might just be the beginning, as with the weapon we're after having a 1 in 4 chance of dropping from my treasure bag, you may need to farm it a few times to get what you're looking for. Anyway, assuming it is in hand, let's see if it was worth the hassle. As well as having an absolutely delightful visual, the Betsy's Wrath seriously packs a punch, with it launching 3 powerful arching fireballs which explode upon impact with an enemy or tile. Also, these projectiles will inflict the unique Betsy's Curse debuff, which is essentially just Ichor on steroids, adding 40 armor penetration to whatever it touches for 10 seconds. Now, as you can see, although this classic old Razorpine does have a slight edge on DPS up close, from a distance it's by far the more superior option, with its range only really becoming an issue a couple hundred tiles away. The only thing to keep in mind is, the beast that is the Charge Blaster Cannon does come close matching the Wrath on single targets. However though, that armor debuff can seriously mean a lot, so take this test with a pinch of salt. Oh, and something else nice about the Wrath is its built-in AoE, something the Razorpine doesn't have. Again though, if you have gone through the Martian Madness route instead, the damage potential of that Blaster Cannon is utterly insane, and will leave them both for dead on groups. Well, at least until you have to charge it again. So with this in mind, let's see some real tests, shall we? Starting off strong, the Wrath is able to destroy small groups of tanky targets effortlessly, making it great for the later waves in events and invasions. And while the Razorpine may be not looking too much of a threat at this point, once again, the Blaster Cannon for sure is, with it being able to wipe out an insane amount of tanky targets in a matter of seconds. Yeah, it is just that good. But let's not forget the added armor penetration, which makes it against mini bosses at least kill at about the same speed as the Blaster Cannon now, which is really good considering the Wrath's better sustain. So let's say you've just got this thing after Golem, what will it actually help you with? And well, while I have to admit it wouldn't be my first weapon choice for the Empress kill, it would definitely be my top 5 against the Cultist, as if you position yourself right, you can take him out at ludicrous speeds. Like that was sub 30 seconds right there. And I guess past this point, it will help you crowd control a majority of those pillars. However, one massive letdown I found with this weapon is, it's mid against the Moonlord, with that arching projectile range really showing its cracks during this fight. This is such a damn shame really, as if you could hit all your shots, the damage output is incredible. But I'd imagine for the average player, this probably doesn't even want to be in your hotbar during this fight, as there are just so many better options you can obtain easier. And there we go. Bit of a mixed one really, because while this is undeniably a very powerful late game mage weapon, not only does it come at that weird Old One's Army point that most people miss, but it also lacks the functionality to be super effective against the final boss. So yeah, let me know down below if this is a weapon you would personally go for. This has been sockrteez, and I'll see you in the next one.